John David Franz, former mayor of the city of Hidalgo. We're going to your family's ranch.
It's in Brooks County, in the southwestern section of Brooks County. It's about 70 miles on the highway from McAllen. You'll see signs of traffic, of people going through the most desolate places. And that's it's surprising, and you'll get the feel when we get out there. You're going to feel isolated. You're going to be out in the middle of nowhere, and to see and understand that, you know, hundreds, thousands of people are making the trek through that kind of country. It's hard to imagine. When the transporter is trying to blend in and driving a late model vehicle, typically what they'll do is pull over and let people run off into the brush.
Do they have any idea where to go? What to do?
Well, they usually will have a guide. They refer to them as coyotes, and the coyote will know exactly where to go. Usually the coyote is the only one that'll have any type of communication device, a cell phone. So with the cell phone, using it occasionally, they'll be able to get it to an exact point for pickup, 30 miles later.
I mean, how have you accrued this information? Being a lawyer, being a mayor, being an active community member, just keeping your ears open?
I think all of those things. As a bilingual attorney, I get appointed to represent material witnesses or indigent defendants in transporting cases, illegally transporting undocumented aliens. So you get firsthand knowledge of the facts. As a property owner in Brooks County, we come across people. People will be lost. They are abandoned because they can't keep up with the group or the guide, and so you hear their stories.
This is a water jug, like an SOS station,
It's
right
a water
in the middle.
station, and as you get closer, you'll see they'll have gallon jugs of water, so that if someone is lost and needs water, they can come in here and pick up a gallon of water. We're going to drive about 6 miles in on dirt roads to get to the property. Those are nilgai. Those are antelope.
That's an airstrip?
That's an airstrip.
Wow. A Caliche Road airstrip.
We're miles from the closest paved road. Look, there's a vehicle up ahead. That's Border Patrol. Speaking of them, see, he came off of this road here. He wasn't in front of us. He came off of it.
Like I said, I got to head south a little bit and get this out.
God bless you all. Take care.
Take care.
We
Yes,
just
sir.
encountered 2 Border Patrol agents. We are miles and miles from the nearest road, and they said there are 10 people that are heading north. And after about 90 minutes of driving, we are finally at the final gate, which is the property of the Franz.
If you don't set up crossing points, they'll just try and scale the wire, and we'll pull it down. We've got our camp house here. A woman had been staying in the mobile home for 8 days. She had been abandoned or got separated from the group, and she was in there, and she consumed a lot of the canned food that we had in the mobile home. Actually kept it real clean, and was very appreciative. We We had no idea she was there. She did break through the back door to get in there, but she was all alone. She was just lost. I mean, she was out here, had no idea where to go. She asked for a ride, and we informed her we could not move her. However, if she wanted, we could call Border Patrol. And typically what we do here is we can call Border Patrol, and we'll make arrangements, and we will drive somebody out to the highway and hand them over, but it's only with the immigrant's consent. You know, the other thing we do is just say, well, you have to keep moving, you can't stay here. But we warn them about the dangers of proceeding, because it's really tough. They're risking death if they continue walking alone in this, you know, in this environment.
Which way's north?
North is that way.
So easy to get turned around out here.
Yes, very, very easy. You have no idea. And it's difficult enough for people who are familiar with this area. If you get into this brush and walk around, you can easily get turned around and lose your sense of direction. The backpack is in this area, and we just figured that the man had sat down and sat up against his, put his back up against a tree. And a gallon jug of water was right next to it, and that's what called attention to the area. It was a blue backpack, and it had some canned foods in it. And then Stephen walked, actually picked up the backpack and walked and saw the skull somewhere in this area, and then went back to camp to call us. And then we scouted around, and within 100 feet of here found different bones and gathered them, kind of piled them together. My guess is he'd been here several months. You know, the animals had got to him and spread bones around. Could have been dehydrated. It's easy to get dehydrated. It was October. If he had been here 3 or 4 months, it would have probably been the summertime when he was walking through here. And he's only half a mile from our camp. That's, you know, that's the sad part about it, is if he could have made it to camp, there'd be shade, there's water there. But don't know, maybe a snake bit him. We have no idea. There's no straight shot, and someone who doesn't know the country, they're going to get to this point and decide which is the path of least resistance. So let me go right a little bit.
Are people mostly out here in Brooks County understanding?
I think you get both sides, and it's understandable. It hurts when you see your fences pulled down. It hurts when you see something that you labored to construct gets torn down. The flip side of that for me is, look, if they're here looking for work, trying to reunite with family, I understand why they're doing what they're doing. It's more upsetting to me if I know that it's a drug smuggler, somebody's carrying a backpack filled with cocaine or heroin. Well, I'm not going to have any sympathy for that person. I can't comprehend how someone from the interior of Mexico or Central America finds themselves in the middle of something like this. One of several water sources. The water just comes out of the ground. No pump. And it's sweet. You can drink it. You know, you can probably skim off some of the tops, but it's still kind of, you know, stagnant water.
So people would drink it?
If they're desperate enough.
It's not an easy climb.